My 25 female, boyfriend's 27 male, best friend 27 male, cheated on his girlfriend of 5 years numerous times. Today, I found out that my boyfriend knew about it and actually helped his friend cheat. My boyfriend Sammy and I have been dating for almost 2 years now, and we have a wonderful relationship. His best friend John is really nice too, and I get along great with him. John had been dating Lauren for the past 5 years, and because our significant others are lifelong best friends, her and I also developed a good friendship. About 2 weeks ago, Lauren discovered that John was cheating on her with multiple partners. There was a ton of evidence, and Lauren broke up with him immediately. I felt bad about the situation because Lauren had become a friend to me too. I talked to my boyfriend about how I didn't like the fact that his best friend is a cheater. I'm a big believer that the company you keep says a lot about you. He said that the whole thing had caught him by surprise too, but insisted that he and John were friends because they had similar hobbies and a circle of friends, and that he loved me too much to ever hurt me like that. Fast forward to today, when I called Lauren to meet up and have lunch sometime with each other. This was the first time I had called her after their breakup, and I wanted her to know that there was no reason why our friendship had to end. Lauren was furious on the line, saying stuff like, "How dare you call me after you helped him cheat on me? I thought you were my friend. You should have told me." I got her to calm down and explained that I had no idea that John was cheating, and if I had known, I would have told her right away. That's when she told me that my boyfriend, Sammy, knew that John was cheating and had covered for John literally dozens of times. Stuff like, quote, "Oh yeah, Lauren, John's at my house, we're hanging out," and, quote, "John's at his nephew's baseball game. He said he'll be back around 4. Just blatantly lying to cover for his best friend. Lauren sent me pictures and screenshots that proved without a doubt that my boyfriend had known about it for years and actively helped his friend cheat on his girlfriend. I'm beyond furious. What the two of them did to Lauren is horrible. But I'm also scared because if his best friend is a cheater and he helped his best friend cheat, what does that say about him? He literally saw Lauren every single week and referred to her as my little sister and had no problem looking in her eyes and lying. This all happened just today, and I'm seeing my boyfriend this weekend, and I'm literally angry to the point where I'm ready to break up with him. Am I wrong for getting mad at him over helping his best friend do something horrible? No, that's so bad. See, there's a difference between like not telling on your friend for cheating and then having like they make the mistake one time and then you have a conversation with them and you're like, you shouldn't do that and you should probably like tell your friend or tell your boyfriend, but you're not gonna like tell their significant other. There's a difference between that and like fully orchestrating the cheating and being totally fine with it and just knowing that your friend is being a scumbag over and over and over again and then you're covering for them. Like, yeah, it does really, that's very concerning because the moment that like your significant other's friends, I do believe that like you are the company you keep, but I also believe like to some extent, not in every way, like I do believe that in some instances, like it's fine because you're not going to obviously be the exact same person as your friend. And it can be like, you can have certain different beliefs and different ways of living. That is fine. I don't know if I'm making sense, but you get what I mean. So I'd say, like, if you're ready to break up with him, do it. Honestly, do it because I don't think that you would be, like, losing out on anything. And, I mean, definitely talk to your boyfriend first and, like, ask him to explain the whole situation and why this was happening and why he did that. I would love to know his explanation and his excuse for that. I can't imagine that it's going to be a good one. Someone said, "Damn, this is really bad. My first thought, if I were you, would be to wonder if John has ever covered for your boyfriend. This opens a huge can of worms. What else do they do for each other? If I had a girlfriend cover like this for a friend, I'd be disgusted. It sounds like he did a ton too. I'd break up. This says a lot about his character. I'm sure he'll give you the whole, but I'm just looking out for my best friend nonsense. I wouldn't hear it. This would be an ender." I know, and that's another thing you have to think is like usually it's like when you're covering for your friend, you're like, oh, I feel like this is a big thing in guy friendships. They're like, oh, well, I owe him one, so I'll do this. So like I I almost think that it's been going back and forth. I can't say for sure, obviously, and I don't want to, but if this were my situation, I would be like, oh, so they have been going back and forth, like covering for each other, cheating on their significant others. That's what I would think immediately. And I would, yeah, I'd be so scared. Okay, this is the final update 53 days later. I was initially going to see my Sammy just a few days after I found out what happened, but canceled on him. I took the weekend to think, talked to a few friends, and read over the comments to my original post. After a bit of thinking, I decided to break up with him. Sammy lied to me, lied to our mutual friend Lauren, covered up for cheating, and knew full well that his friend John was having sex with multiple girls and doing it raw. He basically decided his friendship with a cheater was more important than Lauren being exposed to STDs, and that was the deal breaker. I called Sammy on Tuesday and asked him to meet up with me in a public space. When we got there, I told him what Lauren had told me. He initially denied, but I think he could see from the look on my face that I wasn't about to be fooled. He literally looked me in the eyes and said, quote, "To be honest, wouldn't it be worse if I were the kind of pussy who didn't cover for his friends? Don't you want a man who's loyal?" God help me, I was upset talking to him, but when he said that, I burst out laughing. What he was saying was just so ridiculous, but he said it as though he was a martyr. I stopped laughing after a second, but the look on his face changed completely. He leaned in and said, quote, "You stupid bitch. You think John was the only one effing around?" He's never cussed at me before or said anything with so much anger, especially not with the intent to hurt me. But for some reason, I just didn't care. I thought so little of him at that moment that his opinion didn't matter to me. It was actually kind of a comfort that he said that to me because it just proves that he's a fuckboy. When people show you who they are, believe them. So I just got up and left. I picked up Chipotle, then went home and watched Making a Murderer. A few hours later, I called Lauren and explained to her everything that happened. She comforted me and then advised me to get tested for STDs immediately. She ended up coming with me for support to get tested, and then a week later, I got the results that I'm clean, and so is Lauren, by the way, and that was that. Oh, I'm scared of that. So they were just two scary men cheating on their... that just proves the whole theory, too. Like, they really did something there. They really did something there. Because then that's just like literally saying, yeah, exactly. So you are the company that you keep. And low-key, like, thank God he just said that, because I'm surprised he even said that, honestly, but he probably was just so mad that he was like, no, I'm going to do the thing that I know will hurt her the most and tell her that I was also cheating on her. The top comment says, "Wow, thank you for skipping everything else and just telling on yourself." And then someone said, "Also, no, dude, that's about 50% of why she was dumping you. She just decided to stick to the 50% she had absolutely proof of in the breakup conversation." Yeah, I think I would definitely be so concerned if that was my boyfriend. Like, not only did he know, but he was also helping cover up for it. That would be so devastating. I would be so scared of that, because it's also like, even if you aren't cheating, have you no empathy? Like, are you literally a sociopath? You have no like feelings or abilities to feel empathy for someone? Because if that were me, I would feel really bad. I would be like really trying to talk to my friend and being like, hey, and I would probably be telling my boyfriend. If my friend was telling me that like she was cheating on her boyfriend, I would be talking to my boyfriend about it and be like, oh, I don't know what to do. I keep telling her she needs to tell him. I keep trying to talk to her about it, but like she's not making any changes. Because I think that like it's a completely different situation if your friend was like cheated and made a mistake, but if they're like serial cheating and you're trying to talk to them and like try to help them see what they're doing wrong and they're just not getting it, that would be when I would be like, I can't be friends with you, because that's just like too much. Because what's the point of that? Like, just break up. If you want to go do stuff with other people and be with other people, just break up with your partner. Like, I'd just be like, you should just break up with him. Like, why are you still with him? I don't understand. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.